Yeah. So we develop the cube, we deploy the cube, done. So I develop the normal basic cube. Okay, we develop the cube, and let's say there will be multiple users, and there will be customers, and there will be users who will be using the data. So normal in the companies, whenever you develop some project or some cube, the first and foremost important thing is that you need to validate the data, because you develop the cube, okay, done, but who is going to check whether the data which you loaded is correct or not? There may be some issues, and the users, whatever they expect, they might not get the exact data that already there in the cube. Let's say the total sales I am getting 1013, but in the table it may be something like 1020 or 1100. How they are going to identify that? Because the users, whenever you develop something, you will test that from your side, and at the same time the users, because users has complete business knowledge and business understanding, you will be there only to develop the cube, right? If you have business understanding, it's okay. Sometimes if you don't have, then users are the people, those who are going to use this data at the end, and if they want to use the data, first they need to test this. So how to test this? Since the so now I have opened the management studio, and I connected to the cube, and I did the browse, and after that I dragged and dropped some columns, and I got the details here, year and the total internet sales count. I got it, done. This is for me from my side, because I know the management studio, and I did this way. Now the users, whoever wants to do that, normally in the companies, users, many users, end users, or there may be some business users, there may be some end users, and it is not it's not guaranteed that they should have an idea with the management studio. Mostly they don't have, they will not be having any experience with the management studio. And so what they do, how they are going to test is that instead of using the management studio, they just go to the this one, add some old one, I am creating one sheet. They will open the Excel. After going to the Excel, what they are going to do, they will go to the data, and in the data they will create on the from other sources. First, the same thing, whatever you did here, right, the same way they will create the connection. Now go to the data, create on from other sources. When you click on this, you can see here from SQL Server, from analysis services, from XML data import, from data connection wizard, from Microsoft Query, whatever you want. It is a ODBC one, but I want it from the analysis services. I will select the analysis services. Server name is Badams. See, I can use a Windows authentication, like I will use a user ID and password. Okay, or else I will use Windows authentication, that will be good. I will use a Windows authentication and click next. Now what it will do, when I open, I add multiple cubes here. So I want the cube as, see here, select the database that contains the data you want. So I want the users practice class, done. I got the cube name, I will select the cube name and click next. When I click next, it will ask you, okay, everything is done, finish. Now when I click finish, basically it will ask you, do you want to show in the pivot tab table report or pivot chart or table report? I will select pivot chart, I will select anything, I will select the pivot table report, and when I click OK, automatically I will be getting here, see, I will be getting all the measures at the top, and I will be getting all the dimensions here at the left side, right side, you can see it here. Okay, this is only I have created the pivot table. So in the table, so these are the rows, these are the columns, these are the values, the same like in the kind of matrix. I can select the internet sales, and I will select the total sales count, done. I got total sales count now here. Now what, see, you can do this way, or you can, I will do Control Z, or I can directly drop it here, column labels, row labels and values. So in the values, what I am going to do, I am going to drop the internet sales count and done. After this, what I am going to do, I am going, I will take the total order date, I will take the year at the row label and quarter at the column label. See, automatically when I did, see, now you can see I get the years and get the total. So by using this way, they will see the data, and they will compare the data in the database, and they will check, okay, this is the data I am getting. So in the same way, instead of connecting here, as I said, the database level, right. So what they do, I'll insert one more sheet, I'll go here, data, I'll use from other sources, it's a SQL server. And what is the server we have used here for the source in the SSAS cube? Oh, I think I closed. I've closed that one. Data source. So it is nothing but what is it, sir? Oh. It's a Badam SQL Server. So this is the server name that I used that. SQL Server 2012. Control C. Done. I'll click cancel. I'll go to the Excel. I'll take the server name. Next. So it will show me all the tables. Whatever tables I want, I can use this. So what I will do, it is a fax internet sales. Select the internet sales. And next I'll select the some internet sales. Okay. Let it be. I'm just adding only one. Finish. So it's a table. I just want to add a pivot table report. Okay. See, somewhere you will be having a date because it's a kind of the date, right? Actually, I need to add multiple tables. I'm not adding here. Just I am giving a high level thing. So it's we did something. We got this amount, right? When I join with the date, I'll get the year and that all stuff also. What is the measure name? And see, I am seeing for the measure name. Sheet 1. Oh, it's internet sales count. Okay. Go to the sheet. Because I renamed some of the things, so that's why I am unable to see that. Order quantity, order count, sales. Okay, let's see this. It's not a big thing, but I'm just dropping it here. I think the column name we need to do that. I'll just drag and drop order quantity. So I got it. So there is no order quantity for that one. Due date. It's order date again. Order date key. Yeah, we don't have that amount, so that's why it's not showing. Actually, is basically what we are going to do is that you are going to write a view and you will get that view. When you get that view, you will get a year and you will get that quarter also, that amount. So based on that, they will get the amount and they will compare this amount and they will compare this. Normally, the end users, what they are going to do is that they will not be having access to, or they will not have a management studio, and there will not be much knowledge on how to access the management studio. So here what they do, they will connect the two databases and they will get the data here, and based on that they will compare both the data. They will compare the data from the source and they will compare the data from the destination. So accordingly you will be, so based on that you can do whatever you want. I think I did a, so it's a internet sales, I think. Yeah, it's internet sales. I might have did some small thing that's I am expecting. Yeah, internet sales done. We got it as internet sales, fact internet sales. So which table have we used? Okay, assume this is the way they are going to do. So they are going to create in one sheet, they are going to add that other one, and in other sheet they are going to do the other thing. Okay, so this way they are going to compare. This is the one way I have said. I am just deleting this old one. Done.
You use the analysis service and then you downloaded the cube to the Excel.
So
that's why we could do this. In the second one, you are trying to design the cube from the SQL server.
No, I'm not designing cube.
Okay, you're just trying to download.
Yeah.
To SQL
See,
server.
You need to understand the pivot concept. Pivot concept is nothing but it is same as a matrix. You have seen the matrix report in the SSRS, right? It's a kind of matrix.
Correct.
So, you will get the data at the right side, you will just drag and drop the data, automatically it will aggregate and it will show you. Okay.
Got it.
That's the kind of pivot. The same thing we do, right? We convert the rows into columns. It's a pivot. So, here also you'll drop the rows into columns, and you can see the columns, you can see the values. Kind of in the SSIS, you know the concept of pivot, right? So, that's the thing we are doing here. We are not building any cube here. For testing purpose, what we are doing? So, we are taking values from the cube. The same way we'll connect to the database and we'll get the values from the database, and when we do the some pivot, we'll get the aggregate values. So, we'll compare the same values to this one, and we'll compare the values to the database. The users, they do this way, they don't have access to them, they will not be having access to other stuff like management studio. So, just they will go here and they will do, this is a one way. Okay. So, other way is that it is for testing, and one more thing is that in the previous days, the users, if they want to make any reports or if they want to do some analysis, how can they do? Let us say they don't know anything with the SSRS and SSIS. What they do, they will go to here, I will just go to the data, I will go to the existing connection, because already we have created this one, right, test cube. I will select it here. Now, here I want pivot chart and pivot table report. I will click OK. That is a one way, or else you can tell it select pivot table or OK, done. You got the data, but here what I will do, I will click on the insert. Now, you can see charts here. I will just select this one. I will create any whatever chart in the SSR you have seen, right. When I double click, I will get the chart here. So, when I click the chart, see, when I click the chart, I got something here. See, axis field, okay. See, legendary fields, categories and values. So, let us see one by one. This is my dimension, right. I will go here, order date, I will drop the order date here. See, automatically you got the date here. And what I want to see the order quantity. Order quantity means for that order sales. So, order quantity is a measure. So, I can see it in a measure. I will come down, order quantity, I will just drag and drop it in the sales. See, automatically you can see here, this is the total order quantity for each year. Okay. Same like chart, when you do the chart, right, add data label. So, you will get the totals here. So, in the SSRS you have seen the charts, right. When you add them, you will get the totals at the bottom, add data label. So, same way you can do that everything in the SSAS, in the Excel. Now, you can see, you can also filter, it is showing for all years, right. Whatever year you want to filter, it is like the parameterized report. In the report we got the parameter, right. We can select the parameters at the top, but here in the analysis services, in the SSAS, you can directly select that years at the bottom. Automatically when you add the year, you will be having the selection option to select whatever year you want. Depends, I don't want 2000, I don't want 2005, I want 7 and 8, done. Select 7 and 8, that's it, you will get only data for 7 and 8. You can filter this way. So, what they do users, what users are going to do is that they are going to create a chart, done. They will close this, save, and here's a different version. So, I can save it in Excel 2019 3 to 2000. I just give an OK, done. So, what they do, they will save the Excel, and they will say, instead of sending the report, they will send this Excel to the other users. So, other users, what they do, they will open the Excel, and this whatever the data you are getting, right, is there. Now, what the other users going to do, they will just go, they will normally what they do, they will go to the data. Now, you can see refresh all, and when you do the refresh, automatically the system is going to connect, and it is again going to pull the new data. Okay. When they do the refresh, the system is going to connect at the back end, and they come back, and it is going to connect, and it is again going to pull the data again. So, when you drag and drop, you are getting some quantity, right. How you are getting that quantity? You got the first, when you import the data into the Excel sheet, all the data will be imported in Excel sheet, and that data you will be using here. When I refresh all, when I click on the refresh, what happens? Now, whatever the data, old data will be erased, and it will be again loaded with the new data, and new data will be displayed here. Okay. So, that is it. And again what they do, sometimes in the data what happens, you need to pass the user ID and password. When I click the connections, I got, see, this is my connection, I'll select this connection, go to the properties. Now you can see in the definition, if you have the user ID and password, you can give it here itself. Okay, in the definition itself, you need to give the user ID and password and save. As same way, that user might not have access to this cube. So when it tries to run this one, you'll get an error saying that you are not having access, so the cube cannot run. In that scenario, what you are going to do, you are going to create an account there, login ID, and you are going to pass the login ID and password to this one, to this string. Okay, that's the thing you are going to do. So this way, the users, they are going to call, you can name it as pivot. They will be calling as pivot, right? What is meant by pivot? They will ask, do you ever worked on Excel pivoting? This is the pivoting concept. Okay. So in the same way, not pivot. You can see here when I click here.
User acceptance testing, is this the one or is it different?
No, what I covered up to now is that I covered why we use Excel.
Okay, fine.
That's the thing. I didn't cover the user access. Just in the Excel means we can use Excel in different ways. The users, if you want to test, they will test by using that one, by using Excel, because they don't know anything with the management studio, right? By Excel, they will import the data. Other thing is that they will use this Excel, they will import the data and they will build their own reports. See, in the SSRS also, when we can add the data by using the, when we click on this, when we add the add data label, then we will get the total here, right? The same way here, see 2003 and I got here. Now I can, if I add quarter in the series, then you can see it here, the total structure for each year I will get the quarter here. The series are there different types, but here we will be getting separate lines. So I will just drag and drop the quarter here. See, for each year, this is the sales for each quarter. Did you get my point? So now you can see here, you can filter even the quarter, but in SSRS you can't do any filtering on the charts, right? You can only do at the parameter level. See, when I go to the SSRS report, I will show you some sample SSRS report. I don't know, is this the SSRS report one? I will select something, any report, normally I will select. When I go to the preview, I am showing a dialog. I can see the data here, okay, but when I click is, there is nothing for me to filter here on the data level in the report for the SSRS report. But when I go to the Excel, see, even it is a table, I can filter it here. See, okay, I can filter at the table level, and these are the quarters, right? Whatever I want, I can do it here. See, when I click the quarter, I will get all the quarters. Whatever the quarter I want to display, I can select that quarter, and only that quarters will be displayed. Okay, it's kind of easy. It's for business users. See how easy it is, right? So they will just drag and drop it, and automatically they will be getting the data. They just need only like minor training to understand this pivoting. And see, the users, if they want to do the charts, just they will explain and they will do. And if they want to do, instead of charts, if they want only the table, they will add the pivot table. So when I go to the insert, I can see all stuff here. Whatever I want, I can see all the stuff here. Okay, and you can right click and you will get all the options here. Insert, see, yeah, it's a column one. So when I click this, yeah, value field settings, yeah, I got here. So this is a way how you are going to play around with this pivot table. Like you can call, you will be calling it excess pivot, or sometimes they will call it as what is. So it in your requirement, they will be asking, have you ever worked on power pivot? This is the kind of power pivot. Okay, pivot means, you know, right, converting rows into columns. When it is power pivot, is advanced to that. I am explaining in the simple way. It's not exact term, but it's completely advanced, where you can even add charts and everything, like in the pivoting format. Okay, so when I go here, I get all.
Can we do it in whatever the Excel sheet we get, or we should have this power pivot to do that?
Normally it is add-in by default, add-in feature for Excel. By default you will be getting maximum.
Version, there was no power pivot, so
actually
in the earlier versions also?
Yeah, 1 minute. So basically what I do when I go to here insert, right, when I go to the home, when I normally I will be getting this, when I insert this pivot table is there, right? Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So normally this is a pivot by default you will be getting, and this power pivot is a tool which I got after inserting. I need to add some add-ins for Excel 2010. You will not be getting this power pivot by default. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, Bhaskar.
Yeah. So I'll not be getting this power pivot by default. I'll be getting this power pivot, but normally after I need to, it is kind of add-in. Okay. Yeah, that's it. And the same way, even in the by using power pivot. So suppose if you develop the cubes, or if you develop something, right, reports where your source data will be cubes, and you'll, when you develop some report, you can see the total amount, how, and the total amount is not matching, and the user say that okay, the total amount is not matching. How can you prove that the total amount is matching from the, if the input is from the cube? So what you do, you just go to the cube, you will drag and drop into the Excel, and you will show to the user. That's it. And user can understand, okay, this is the thing, okay, so the cube might be wrong, and they will be, after that, the people who develop the cube, they will work on that, they will resolve the issue. Okay. So it's like you can use this Excel for the testing purpose, you can also use for creating the power pivot one. Now there are many scenarios where you will be getting, so accordingly you will get. So when I go to the new tab, new sheet, I'll go to the insert, pivot table. This is the other way I can select. So whatever thing I want, actually I don't have anything here. Use external data source, choose connection. Yeah, when I do this, I'll get the data. See, when we did the power pivot normally, so this is the power pivot table, right? When we did normally, we got the same thing. So you need to just play around with this. When you play, then you will be getting a lot of stuff about this. Like when you use this, and it's not a complex thing also, it is